Been here when it was glory hole days, and I've been here when it wasn't. Well, having said that, I want me some glory hole.
This is Silver and Blue Nation, the voice of the fans. Here's Big Game James and producer G.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!
Look at you feeling good.
No, I'm not really feeling good right
You
now.
look like it.
I was just trying to. That beat always makes me pop it out like boom, boom. Dun, dun, dun,
That is a pretty
boom,
hard
boom,
beat.
Boom. Feel me? What's up, everybody? It's not late night, but it's kind of late night. We kind of did on the whim, but it's Big Game James.
Producer G over here. Appreciate everybody checking us out right now. Make sure you give us a quick like and a share.
Seems like it's been forever.
And send those comments in. It has been, well, yeah, it's been a couple days past due, but hey.
We're here.
We're back. We're ready to talk some Cowboys. We got that victory.
Oh, hold up. Before we do anything,
We got a lot of stuff to get into.
I got a quick prayer to God. Please don't let my truck be messed up. I need my transportation. My battery's acting up, so please let it be something small like alternator or battery. Okay, please? Please.
Yes. Let's wish Big Game James the best in the comment section. We appreciate you guys.
Come on, man. Get in here.
Let's go ahead and give a few shout-outs before we move along and jump into the show.
Ooh.
We already got people checking in on YouTube.
Yeah.
Produced by Germ says, yo, same prime time says hot boys.
Yeah.
And then
they getting the chains and everything.
He also says, stop sleeping on Dak. Martin Elkin says, what up, Law? You got the wrong channel, Martin. This is Silver and Blue Nation. This is Big Game James and
nothing
producer
like no
G.
damn Law Nation. That's
you can
my
see
dog,
the graphics on the screen, but we appreciate you checking us out anyway, Martin.
I like it.
T Smooth says, what's good? We them boys says we in here. And Shane Anchor says, what's up?
What's good?
Appreciate you guys over there watching on YouTube. We're also streaming live on Facebook right now. Trip Downey's in there. Ryan Drab's been waiting on us all day.
That's my dog.
Annette, we appreciate you.
My boo.
And what's going on, Ryan? And Trip?
Will Richards.
Will Richards. This
That's
is
the man.
our Columbus
That's our
guy,
CO.
our proud
CO.
Patreon. We appreciate you.
The CO.
We're here for you, Will. We didn't forget about you.
Hell no.
And Jay Favela's in there. Raheem Scott. Appreciate you guys. Get your comments in.
Get them damn comments in.
I know it's not hot right now because it's been passed, but we got that W.
Yeah.
I know you guys still got some stuff to say about
It's
it. We got
always
some
a
stuff
good
to
week.
talk about today. So
It's a great week when we win. You feel me? It's a great week. Nobody can say nothing to you. You walk past people, they shut the hell up. You sit down with your Cowboy stuff. Well, I sit down with my Cowboy stuff every day. Just a quick story. I don't mean to talk a lot, but I'm sorry. Just a quick story, G. My manager, I got a new manager at the job, and she was like, "Hey, you know, somebody said something about you, but I was kind of like, who's James? Who's James?" And this one guy was like, "You know, the dude that wears the Cowboy." She's like, "Oh, him. Yes, I like that. You understand that, G? You know me by Cowboys. And my job or anywhere you go, it's Cowboys up in this sucker." Yeah.
yes, and before we get started into the show and jumping into the good stuff, we should tell you about our brand new sponsor. That's BetDSI.
Holla.
You can see the promo code up top, and I'm going to pop it in here on the bottom of the screen for you as well. That's BetDSI. Right now, you can get up to $500 for free matched if you just go to BetDSI.com and use the promo code Dallas18 like you see right there on the screen. I also have the link in the description for our YouTube and Facebook watchers. We appreciate you guys. If you want to support us, if you want to support us, let us support you. Go drop $100 and we'll give you $100 through BetDSI. So we appreciate you guys checking us out, and make sure you support the nation and help us do that, and leave your comments for shout outs and things of that nature.
And go check the Patreon thing. See that where that finger is? It's the Patreon account. Don't forget that.
Patreon.
We got Will Richards, who's a proud member of the Patreon account. We appreciate you. Everybody else jump in there too.
Yeah,
a dollar a month, as low as $1 a month.
Since you said that, let's not forget also Eric Kashaney and Janiqua
Kashaney,
Russell and
Katina
are proud and loyal Patreons. Mark McKinney's in our Facebook comments. He says, "What's up?" Russell Harrison, Law Nation's in there.
Law.
Appreciate our guy Law.
My
Matt
dog.
Hollis. Will Richards, yes, commenting again. He says he might get in the DSI mix. Yes, help us out
jump
there,
on
Richard.
in there, dog.
Yes, drop a $5. I think the minimum bet there is the minimum deposit's $45 for them to match you, Will. But hey, you'll get $45, so it's definitely worth it.
Yes, it is.
And they have a lot more than just sports gambling too. So go check that out. I checked it out. It's a nice little spot. You guys can see that promo code up at the top of your screen there if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. So go check that out, guys. And Marvin Hargrove says what's going on. What's going on,
What's
sir?
up, Marvin? Hope everything's good in the Kakalak.
Everybody's probably getting sick and tired of us sitting here rambling on about betting
let's talk football.
and shout-outs. We'll get back into shout-outs in a few minutes. But like we said, Cowboys came out with the victory.
Yes.
26-24. You were there.
Yep.
Tell them about your experience and what you thought about this game.
And let me throw another plug. I would like to also thank Mr. Barry Griffith and the Ultimate Cowboy Experience, or the Cowboys Experience. We went down there, showed me a great time, took care of us like no other. Got to kick it with Chidobe Awuzie. I didn't get to see Jeff. I saw Jeff out there, but I didn't get to talk to him. Bryce, me and Bryce talked a little bit, but it was real cool. Like I said, the Cowboys Experience is no other. If you want to find out more about that, a few people have inboxed me about the Cowboys Experience. Go to www.cowboysexperience.com. It's like no other. You meet this guy, and he will treat you and get you right, and the prices are very, very reasonable. But as I said, we went to the stadium. We got to the ground level. We were right there with the Miller Lite spot. All the Cowboys jumped out there. Gee, it was hot. It was exciting. You know, usually I'll just be sitting there like, you know, when we were at the game, we were just kind of like just chilling, watching the game.
Yeah.
When you're down there, you ain't chilling. You feel me? That atmosphere, the players are right there. You know what I'm saying? I said a quick funny story. I think one of the I don't think it was Tavon. Somebody dropped a pass, and Bryce was staring at. Somebody came off the bench. I was like, man, catch the ball. You can hear it because it was kind of quiet, so you could hear me say it to him. Bryce looked right at me and was like, he put his finger by his mouth like, shh. And I think he looked,
cool.
He looked at me because he remembered me from yesterday, right? He was like, shh. I was like, all right.
Is it hard to see the game from down there? I feel like it'd be kind of hard. You might have to watch it up on the jumbo screen.
It is. That's what I did. I mean, you can see some parts of it when the guys move, but honestly, it didn't really bother me looking at the jumbotron because of the excitement of the field and just the guys. I was more looking at when Dak was coming off the field. That's the difference. I can tell you, that's why I said check out the Cowboys Experience, because when you watch up top, and then even watch in the film and things of that nature, you don't get the realness of the players. You know what I mean? We like watching the NFL films where they got the microphones with the guys and you can hear what they're saying because it's more real to you, understand what's really going on out there. You feel me? And watching really Dak out there, yes, I still do have my issues with him, but watching him, his one issue I never questioned with him is his leadership. And that's what I saw at the forefront. Whenever he came off the bench, he always got them guys together, and they were all feeling him. They were all listening to him. You know, nobody was going against him. They were listening to him. He is the leader on the team. You can see he is the leader on the team. Ezekiel Elliott is a leader on the team. You know, Sean Lee, even though he was a hurt, he's a leader out there, coaching out there. And I love watching that. Him and Van Der Esch, I was right there watching that. Just watching him, coaching him. And Van Der Esch is a huge dude. And just watching him coming off the field and be able to tackle in space, and you can see his enthusiasm. He was saying that the game's not too big for him, and you can watch out there, and it's just like you can kind of see it. And maybe I was wrong about that 19th pick.
Yeah, we're going to talk about him a little bit more as we move along. But before we do dive deeper into this game and break this down and preview the Houston Texans game, we'll touch on that a little bit, but we do have a pregame show coming up for you on Sunday. Yes, I was about to get to that. If you guys just joined in or it's your first time watching, this is Silver and Blue Nation live streaming podcast. This is off time for us. We normally don't do it at this time, but hey, if you guys are tuned in, we still appreciate you, and make sure you check us out every Sunday for pre- and post-game coverage right here on Silver and Blue Nation Facebook and YouTube. Again, before we move along, Will Richards says he wanted to clear it up, and this is my fault, Richard. He said he meant to say $500, not $5 when he talked about putting 5 in on betdsi.com. That's my fault, Will. I underestimated you. I did not mean to insult you there, so hopefully you don't take it that way. He is talking 5 big bills at BetDSI, and if you do that, Will, you're going to get $500 free dollars matched. So, hey, go check that out. Use that promo code Dallas18. I'm telling you.
I want to be a baller. Shot caller, 28.
Go bet on these Cowboys, man. And a few more shout outs too. Thomas Dixon says, "What's up?"
From the DMV.
What's up,
big dog?
Raymond Cuevos is in there. He says, "What's up, Big J?"
What's up, big dog?
Russell Harrison wants to know about Zeke. What's the latest on that injury? real quick?
He's good to go with Zeke. Zeke is going to be out there. He's got a little bumps and bruises. I did notice, like I said, I was at the game, so I got to really see up close. When he jumped over remember when he did the one move and he hurdled the guy? It looked like when he landed, wrong and he came off. So I think that's just a little ginger ankle. He was getting hit real good up in that game.
Through it.
He was getting hit in that game real good. You could see the hits down there, and you could feel them. You could hear them down there. So
he said he might have played through it, but you know how that is. You kind of don't feel it.
Zeke ain't coming off the field.
You don't really feel it either in the moment. You might hurt more the next day or something.
But Zeke ain't coming off that field. That's not his MO.
That might have been his best game, and we will talk about that too in a little bit. But Jop Young wants some glory hole first.
All right.
And so having said that, I want me some glory hole.
There's your glory hole job. Michael Lasofa tuning in. I'm looking at Facebook Live comments. I'll come over to YouTube in a sec, and then we'll dive more into this game. Ryan Humpert's in there. Rodney Ortiz, Terry Turner, Vincent Jamie. Thanks for all of your comments. Will Richards says, no insult. Appreciate you, Will.
What's up, Terry?
Will's a big spender.
Yeah,
So let me jump back to YouTube real quick before we move along. We got Josh Williams in there. MJ's talking about Des Bryant, said he might want to come back. Quick thoughts on that? We'll dive into it a little bit more later.
I don't care. I'm cool with that.
You open to that?
Yep. I'm
think,
cool with that.
I think that we all can probably agree at this point that it was not Dez's.
Yep.
I don't think Dez was the biggest problem.
And Dez wasn't wrong what he was saying.
And it sounds to me like Dak and him still have a solid relationship.
Well, you know what? Forgiveness is a big thing, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? Everybody was ushering him out. I said, but I hesitated. You were going hard at it. I was hesitating. I wanted him to stay this year. And then I was like, yeah, maybe it's better. But I really wanted him to stay because I just felt like he was still some kind of a threat.
Even if he had stayed and even if he comes back, if he had stayed, it still wouldn't have been worth the money just based on the production.
The money, yeah.
But that's Dak's fault, though.
But
it's like because of Dak, Dez can't get paid that much.
That's the team's fault for not being open to renegotiate, or they didn't even do that. They just cut him.
Yeah,
that's
the wrong
true.
Part. Yeah,
that was the wrong part, and I think that's why everybody was frustrated because you didn't even offer him.
I don't see a chance where
I don't think he's coming back.
I don't think he probably not, but I don't see a receiver ever coming here and getting paid big money playing with Dak. I don't really know if that's going to happen because if Des Bryant, who can't do anything with him,
I don't know.
Who knows? Who knows? We've had that debate a lot throughout the offseason and all that. Stevie Max in there. He tunes in every week on YouTube. Samoa versus everybody. Thank you for checking us out. And we them boys. Thank you, guys. Let's go ahead and jump into a couple topics here that we got lined up. So I want to know, after a 2-2 start, which you predicted, is Jason Garrett's safe seat for now?
His safe.
If I can say that right.
See, now you see she shells. Yeah, it's safe, man. Jerry,
this is what we talked about, the 8-8 thing.
Yeah, but it ain't even the 8-8 thing. You heard, I read an article today, and it was talking about how Jerry has a resistance to start over with a new coach. He has resistance, and he's older now. He doesn't want that. He wants to see Jason Garrett make this through. You feel me? He wants to see him make this through. So Jason Garrett ain't on no hot seat. We can all say it. We can complain about it. We can cry about it. I have my rants about it, but I don't try to talk about it too much because at the end of the day, the Jones is always going to own the Cowboys. And number two, as long as Jason Garrett is doing decently, he's going to be our coach.
Yeah, and
that's just the way it is. And I just, hopefully I just pray a Super Bowl comes. I don't think he can do it, but maybe. But I seen Marvin Lewis 15 years, but at least he's going to the playoffs. He ain't won a playoff game, which is terrible, but at least he goes.
I've said this before, he's never going to get enough of a losing streak, like a bad stretch of time. He's not going to go long enough to get fired because he's always he might have 2 bad games,
and then he always
bounce back with a win. You look like a Super Bowl team.
He saves himself. It's kind of like me at work. When I know I'm about to get fired, I work real quiet. Don't listen now. I'm just keeping it real. I tote the line sometimes. I know you tote the line sometimes. You go real hard, and then they're like, "Hey, sit down here, man. You miss one more day, it's over." All right. Boy, I be on time all the time. The number's great.
Will Richards says if Jason Garrett, and I'm looking at Facebook Live, he says if Jason Garrett finishes at least 7-9, he'll keep his job. So that makes me want to ask everyone in the comments, let me know what you think about that. What's the record got to be for him to be fired? Is 7-9 safe? I don't think so. I think it's got to be 8-8 at least, or there will be a change.
No, it depends how that 7-9 goes. If those games are competitive 7-9 games, oh yeah, he's coming back. If they're like blowout games, because you remember when Wade Phillips got fired, we went on that, what was it, 1-6 or 1-7 when we were, but we were getting our ass handed to us. You feel me? We were getting beat badly. And then that Green Bay game is just what we all knew as Cowboys fans. That's your last game.
Done. That's what I'm saying.
We knew he was fired that day.
Garrett won't have a stretch like that.
Right. I don't think he will
either,
either, because they play hard for him. It's the real. Like,
but it sucks.
For us as the fans, because we feel like fans are going to hate it because we're going to feel like we're going to deal with mediocre. And that's just the way it is. And we're going to waste years of our team and players and not go anywhere. And it's like, what's the point? I mean, if you got these players that are top-notch players and you have a Tyron Smith who I don't think is going to play forever because he's had injuries. I mean, he hasn't looked the greatest. Yes, he looked good Sunday, but he's had his issues. You feel me? Now you got Travis Frederick. We don't know if he's ever going to play. You don't know. You've had this thing that you've heard of, but you don't know if a player can come back from that. Those are nerves. You get what I'm saying? So it's every year, every game. That's why I tell people when we just lose one game, everybody, it's just one game. No, it's not just one game, because every game is important. Them games come back. That Carolina game can come back to haunt us later on. You feel me? We can't lose those NFC games. Those come back to haunt. Seattle, that comes back to haunt you when maybe we're in a wild card hunt. And what we're going to remember? Oh, remember when we lost to Seattle Seahawks, me too? That's what always be happening.
Will Richards loves some glory hole and Robert Avery, and so does Terry Turner, and Robert Avery wants some Cowboys. So let me give you guys what you want here.
And so having said that, I want me some glory hole.
Yeah, I saw him too.
There it is. How about them Cowboys?
Everybody was on him when they saw him.
Jabino Barrera tunes in on Facebook Live. We appreciate you checking it out. Thanks for the comments, guys. Make sure you keep them coming in. Thomas Dixon checks in. Delta Tango, we appreciate you for leaving that comment. And as I look back over here on YouTube,
Tango.
Before we jump into,
you know, I was gonna say that Tango.
Before we jump in and move along here a little bit further on YouTube, we've got Gene Bryam in there. Don John said 6-10. He said that's what it would take for Jason Garrett to get fired. Gene Bryam says Tyron's not getting younger. So,
like I said, you just don't know. We can go into the expectations of what we want to do every year or what the team wants to do every year, but injuries always play a huge part, and we found that out recently with Travis Frederick. You feel me? We don't know what happens with contracts. You have contracts coming up almost every damn year. Now you got DeMarcus Lawrence coming up next year. You got Byron Jones in his exercise year. You feel me? Contracts come up. You can't keep these players. This is free agency. You can't keep them for 10 years now. And if you do keep a guy for 10 years, it almost cripples you depending on how much you pay him, because now you can't keep other players. It's a slippery slope, and you have to win. You have to win now because you never know. It's real easy, ain't it?
Yeah. Marcus Hawkins. Well, real quick before we move on to that, I wanted to say something too, because I've been hearing a lot of, I know ESPN guys, they just have opinions like we do and everybody else does, but when you hear them on the radio and they talk about coaches on the hot seat, I never hear Jason Garrett's name being brought up.
Because it's not. Because we all know.
So, yeah, I mean, you're right. So
they know. We all know. He ain't getting rid of Garrett.
Will Richards says our defense is good enough where no blowout will take place. A safe 7-9. I'll keep them on the sidelines in Arlington.
Yeah.
Also, Will, I wanted to tell you, if you don't want to do that $500 on BetDSI, $45 is cool.
Oh, no.
Just go sign up. That's all we need. Just go sign up at BetDSI.com. Use the promo code Dallas18 if you want to support Silver and Blue Nation. You give some money to BetDSI, and they'll give you some on our behalf. So they'll match you up to $500. So go check that out if you want to help support us, and you can have a little bit of fun and make a little bit of money on it. So we appreciate you guys tuning in once again. So Marcus Hawkins says, do you think it's a hot job in the NFL? Like, who would be somebody that right now, if you could think of, that could be a potential replacement for like a Jason Garrett?
You don't know. I mean, who would they go to?
The guy that comes to my mind would be like, and a guy that I've said before and I'm interested in is Jim Harbaugh.
I don't know.
And someone mentioned in the comments
he coaches better than the pros. He sucks in college.
Someone mentioned in the comments, and I can't remember what the name was. I'm trying to look for it, but I remember. Yeah, Terry Turner says, "Dez is our fire and emotion. We kind of bland with no emotion. Where's the fire coming from?" So I think a coach like Jim Harbaugh would bring that type of intensity, and we've seen him have success with a quarterback with a similar skill set to Dak and Colin Kaepernick. So, and a good defense in San Francisco and a great running back with Frank Gore. So, I'm open to like a Jim Harbaugh. That would be because I don't think he's suited for college as much as the NFL. He had great success in the NFL. I'd love to give him a chance. But the question is he going to give resistance to Jerry Jones? Because if he does, Jerry's not interested.
Jim Harbaugh ain't coming here. Jason Garrett going to be here for a little bit longer, y'all, so let's get used to it.
It's already been 10 years, 2007.
Let's go ahead and
just
get used to it, and let's just pray that we can pull it off. That's what you need to do, is pray to Jesus and pray to God that we pull it off, because and anybody who is a Garrett lover, that's great. You can thumb your finger at me and say Garrett is winning. You can thumb your finger and say Garrett is winning. You know what I mean? You can do that. But at the end of the day, I don't care. If he gets a Super Bowl, I'm going to be happy. I'm not going to say he's a great coach, though. I'm going to say we almost like the players want it, because I've seen it before when Barry Switzer came. He didn't win that damn Super Bowl. The players won that Super Bowl. I don't care what nobody say. You feel me, G? So it can happen when Jason Garrett goes on 12-4 and 13-3. It can happen that more of the players are winning these games than you are coaching. I don't know, but all I know is this. I don't think he's going anywhere anytime soon, because just like you said, our team is not going to fall off like that. I don't feel us going on a 5-game losing streak and just getting blown out. Our team is just not going to do that. We got too many of talented players for our team to happen, and he's not a terrible coach. He's an average coach. So what you're going to always get, average results.
Okay, let's hear your thoughts on this, because it's interesting. And Gabino Barrera says Tony Romo for head coach?
No.
Why not?
Because Tony Romo, no. No one know Tony Romo as no head coach with the Dallas Cowboys, at least not for like 10 years. Why do we think just because he's, doing that, he can jump in and just be a head coach?
I wouldn't say
that
head coach.
That doesn't always work like that. Maybe a coordinator.
I say he could do what Kellen Moore's doing,
Hey,
and they pay him a lot more.
He'd be dope
Moore.
as maybe a quarterback's coach, but let him have fun in the booth. Can he just have fun in the booth right now? Can he enjoy his life? Remember, everybody wanted him to go, so now let him enjoy his life now, chilling and having fun with CBS. That's what we should be happy for right now for Romo. Not coming back to no Cowboys football. Because guess what? If the play calling if let's say the offense is terrible and he's there, they're going to beat him. See, I knew Tony choked when he was in the game. Now he's choking as a play caller. They're going to kill him too. That's what Cowboy fans do. That's what we do.
Will Richards, Ryan Humpert, Russell Harrison, they all believe Chris Richard will be the best replacement. And going back to what Terry Turner said, I think Chris Richard could be a guy that provides that fire that you're looking for on the sideline.
Yeah, but I'm going to be honest with you. This is just my opinion. I love Chris Richard, okay? But I don't, as a head coach, want my coach doing that. I mean, he went off on him one time, and I was at the game. He went off. He was throwing the tablet down or throwing the thing, get mad. Okay, that's cool as an assistant, whatever. I don't want my head coach doing all that stuff. That's just me. I don't want my head coach doing that, because that ain't cool. You got to have that control on the sideline. You can get mad here and there, but you got to have that control as a head coach on the sideline.
So that's something Jason Garrett has.
He does have that control. I will say that. You feel me? And that's what a head coach is supposed to have. Now, what he's doing is cool, because that's it. The role is kind of allowed for you to kind of do it. But
spotlight is
not at no head coach. So he need a little bit more time.
The responsibilities of wins and losses don't fall on his shoulders.
Exactly. So it's easier for you to go ham.
Yeah. So if something happens where you start losing games and you're acting like that, then you're gonna have another. What are you, like a Des Bryant type situation?
I'm saying sometimes people do stuff from the camera. And I ain't saying he is, but it's real. Sometimes people do
stuff
from the camera.
Maybe he's trying to show Jerry, like, hey.
Maybe, I don't know.
I care about this team.
But that ain't going – you can care and scream all you want, but caring and screaming ain't going to get you dubs.
Law Nation jumps back in with us, asks us how we're doing. You want to let them know you having a little bit of a rough night.
Yeah, man, my freaking driving up here, man, just driving, everything cool. My freaking battery light comes on. I get all the way up to the studio, and then it just, like, turns off, and I just got the whip. It's not a bad whip, you feel me? So I'm just hoping it's, like, minor, just the battery, the alternator, please, because I ain't really trying to throw all kind of money into stuff right now. I ain't really trying to hear all that stuff right now, feel me?
Russell Harrison comments on Facebook Live and says Harbaugh and the Jones are a bad mix.
Yeah, I just don't really see that happening.
Maybe. But if I had to choose of a guy that could be available, like, that would be the one if we're talking next season.
But you know what? Let's just talk about this season. We got to get some dubs.
All right, well then, real quick, before we jump into that, let me give a little bit of love to YouTube. Let me shout out some names over here who've been commenting with us. My guy, Pessimistic Woody's in there. He says, what about John DeFilippo from Minnesota?
He's not bad.
Is he like a defensive coordinator or something?
Yes, he's not bad.
I'm not familiar with him. Don John's in there checking us out. We appreciate you tuning in. Woody actually says that John is a offensive guy, so I'm not 100% sure about that. It's the first I actually heard his name, so appreciate you tuning in there. Pessimistic Woody. PG Green checks in and says, what's up, guys? All you guys jumping in here late night, you don't have to be joining us, but you are. We appreciate you guys. Everybody who's tuned in and leaving us comments, make sure you give the video a like and a share. It's the Silver and Blue Nation live streaming podcast. We're usually on every Sunday, pre and post game. We're doing
Bill Cowher.
We're doing a little special for you tonight. People still commenting on the head coaching situation.
Why do people always want the old people, G?
I don't know. I think you think back to like a Bill Parcells
but that's old.
Or something like that.
It ain't what you. All we got to do is take the straight bullseye and look at the Raiders. Okay.
True. But you don't want to give them a year or two to work that out.
Gruden ain't winning nothing.
What was the biggest difference in Dak Prescott against Detroit?
What was the biggest difference?
Yeah, what do you think was because he had obviously one of his best games.
He was quick. I do feel like they gave him a good game plan. They did, but they executed. It was, to me, he had a clean pocket. He had a lot better, cleaner pocket. Connor Williams balled out. People been hating on him. I've said he's got to get bigger. He's been struggling a little bit, but you know what? He's been getting better as it's gone. So shout outs to Connor Williams. Leo Collins played better. You know what I mean? Joe Looney has been an ace for the Cowboys right now. And the guys have just basically gave him a good, clean pocket. And he was quick with his decisions. It was 1, 2, 3, boom. You know, I was saying when he was going deep, it was like, he was looking off the safety and then he was going with it. He wasn't hesitating with his passes. And that's the thing. I was getting frustrated with him that he was holding the ball, hesitating, just not letting it rip. Just play football. I posted that on the page. Dak, just play football, dog. Don't worry about nothing else. You know what I'm saying? Everybody already hating on you anyway. You feel me? Everybody hating on you. I hated on you last week. I still love you, but I'm allowed to yell at you just like I yell at my kid. You feel me, G? Like, everything going to be hunky-dory with me and my kid, right? I'm going to yell at him. I want the best for him, though, don't I? That's why I yell at him. Yep. If I never said nothing to him, then I'd just be like, you suck and I hate you. Mm-hmm. And I don't even want to deal with you. Is that not true?
Yep.
So if I'm getting mad, that means I still care because I feel like he can still do something for the team. So I get frustrated when he doesn't do what I saw him do in 2016 because I seen him make these passes. And I'm like, that can't be fake because he made those passes. And when we saw it again, when he gets that chance and he's confident and he's quick with it, you saw the results. He doesn't need to throw for 400 yards. What we talk about, 255 is the great parameter. 2 touchdowns, 27 passes, 25 passes. Sure. You feel me? Zeke getting his 25 carries. That's how the Cowboys win football games right there, to me.
Yeah, I agree on the quick decision-making. That was huge because it seemed like early on, especially like against Carolina and like that game in particular, it looked like he was still getting that kind of time, but he would just kind of start breaking outside the pocket or as if the pocket collapsed on him when it didn't, like a little bit too soon sometimes, like being real indecisive like you were saying. Mm-hmm. I liked how he was just kind of gunslinging the other day, just kind of throwing the ball down the field. I mean, that pass to Zeke was a dime. The Michael Gallup throw was great.
Yeah, he had a few of them.
Is Zeke our best wide receiver? I mean, is he our best wide receiver and running back?
No, I'm not going to say that because Beasley had 5 catches. Beasley was doing his thing out there. So, and let's give Gallup some more time. He was a rookie, but Gallup makes some good plays. But
who goes over the top? You know, Zeke that was great.
But here's my thing: didn't they say this year that they were going to give Zeke the ball out the backfield more? So why are we surprised? They said that they were going to do this on the offense.
Well, he lined up in the slot on that one.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They said they were going to slide him out this year. That's what they specifically said in training camp, that they were going to use him more in the passing game. So we shouldn't be surprised. We should be happy that he's getting the ball more. There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, keep the comments coming in. We're going to get right to them, but we're just going to keep on this topic.
Yes, we can be a top 5 defense.
We're going to transition right into this since we're talking about it. Was this the best game of Zeke's career? 240 some odd total yards?
Nope. That Pittsburgh game was his best game of his career to me. He was nasty that game.
I think he had a career high in yards for this one, but yeah, I mean, that doesn't mean it was his best game, but
to me, I said to me.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. Like statistically, it was, but as far as impact on the game, you felt like Pittsburgh was.
He damn near won the game too. I mean, first of all, that they did the same screen pass. Think about it. That we got the screen pass for the touchdown in the Lions game, correct? We had the big screen pass game in the Pittsburgh game. It was like an 83-yard screen pass. And then he also had the big touch. He had 3 touchdowns that game, and he had the game pretty much sealer. It was like, what, we went for it. I think it was like 4th and 1. And
it was 4th down.
Yeah, we had it was 1 yard. We had to go for it. He runs for the touchdown. We were all jumping and screaming. We beat the Pittsburgh Steelers in Pittsburgh.
That was the score to take the lead. Then Pittsburgh came back, took the lead. Then we was trying to just run the clock down and kick the field goal, but they let Zeke run right through. It seemed like they let him.
Right, but you feel me?
Get that ball back.
It was ball game.
That was a big game for Zeke. So you think this is number 2, right up there with that?
I would say this will be number 2, but that was definitely number 1 because, reason why I say it's number 1 also because, dog, it's the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's the Detroit Lions. I don't care. That's the Detroit Lions. I don't give a hell about no Detroit Lions, but I always give a hell about beating the Pittsburgh Steelers in Pittsburgh and the impact their rookie years. You know what I mean? That was just a huge game, and that's still one of the most watched games right now. We posted the video. They're still clicking that video.
Yeah, let us know what you guys think in the comments. Was this the best game of Zeke's career? I mean, in my mind, he's like a lion killer now because if you remember, he destroyed them last year as well, or in 2016 as well. You remember that?
Yes.
Zeke went wild on him in 2016, so he's kind of like a lion killer in my mind. Like, he's just one of those guys that has the Lions number.
Yeah, listen to him. There are a lot of people saying that Pittsburgh game, dog.
Yeah, we're getting ready to get into that. So I appreciate you guys all checking us out. If you just joined in, I see we got a little bit more viewers now over here on Facebook and YouTube as well. If you guys just joined in, we appreciate you for checking it out. April Staten, the new commenter over here on YouTube, thank you for that comment and checking in. I'll get to yours and read that in a minute. The good ones in there, too. We appreciate you. Ryan Humpert. Do you see any comments that you want to get to?
Oh, yeah, I apologize for a few people. I think Terry Turner asked me, and I do apologize, asked me do I think this will be a top 5 defense with David Irving because, that's a big thing, David Irving coming back. People forgot about it because, Antoine Barbecue Woods, he had an injury. Like I said, being at the game, you can see everything. I saw him walking out, and it looked like he might be out a few, a few games just the way he was walking, and it looked like a leg-type injury, body, So it's good. David Irving is coming back. I don't know, top 5. We're going to be hovering around that 5, 8, top 10 right now. I think we won't see maybe top 5 until later in the year when everybody really has to be healthy for us to be top 5. We still need Sean Lee to be top 5. I know Van Der Esch has been freaking killing it and monstering it out there.
Get to him in a minute.
But we still need Sean Lee out there. We still would need Barbecue Woods out there for us to hit a top 5. Not with those guys out. I don't think we're top 5. Not with those guys out.
Hey, guys, I want to give you $500 for free. All you got to do is go to betdsi.com, use the promo code Dallas18, and they will match you up to $500 for using the promo code Dallas18, and you can have some fun with that. And who doesn't love free money? I know I do.
I need some free
money.
So
go get you guys some free money at BetDSI. And thanks for all the comments. Ron Smith tunes in with us, our loyal Ron Smith. He's been around forever. We appreciate you.
Appreciate you, Ron.
Milton
He's a big
Green.
dog.
Daniel Candelera's always in there every week.
Yes, sir. Daniel, what's up, big dog?
Yes. Appreciate all you guys. Gregory Rodriguez, Diego Mastez. He's watching from Santa Fe.
What's up?
Yeah, let us know what you
where
guys.
Where y'all repping?
Yeah, where you at?
I mean, where y'all at?
Let us know where you guys are.
Let us know where y'all repping. Go hard with it. I need everybody who's been in here commenting, everybody who's commenting now, throw them motherfuckers.
Oh, this is late night. It's all right. Make sure you guys go over and subscribe. Look at his face. Wow. It's okay, man.
All right.
If you guys like that, hit that laugh emoji and go subscribe to our YouTube channel to see us every week because that just seems a lot simpler than Facebook sometimes. You don't have so many notifications going on. YouTube will just say, hey, Silver and Blue Nation is live right now.
Yep.
Jump in. So make sure you guys go subscribe to us right there.
Yep.
We appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Before we jump back into comments, because I definitely want to take some, if you guys have questions, you can throw them at us, and we'd be happy to try to answer them for you or talk about whatever you guys want to talk about because this is the voice of the fans, the platform.
Well, I want to talk about a couple of things. On the defense, people need to back off Chidobe Awuzie.
Yeah, I got something that ties right into that comment. It ties right in.
Yeah.
Dallas Marcel Shabazz on Facebook says, how do you feel about us being the only team without an interception so far?
That's concerning. Excuse me, but what did I tell everybody at the beginning of this year? If you really follow Silver and Blue Nation, you would understand what I said. I told you, and like I told everybody else, Chidobe Awuzie was not going to be a high INT guy. Did I not say that?
You did.
I clearly said
can confirm.
He did not, and he would not be that guy. But I also said he would always be a guy be in your hip. When you watched that game against Detroit, what was happening? He wasn't going to get them INTs, but was he in them hips? I mean, Matthew Stafford was just throwing some freaking dimes, man. You were just like, how is he making that catch?
And those catches were crazy.
And they were crazy, and Awuzie was all over them. You know what I'm saying? He's not that guy. And I'm sorry, Byron Jones has been all-world, #1 corner right now, but he's not going to get a lot of picks. He's never been that guy. You're not going to mysteriously do it, so that's why we're not going to get that. Kayvon Frazier, was he a high interception guy in college? No. You got Jeff Heath, who's the only guy, and Xavier Woods, and he's just coming back. So that's why you don't really see us doing that.
I'm not really worried about that anyway, because it feels like the league has been down on interceptions anyway. Like, you get guys that lead the league with like 7 or 8 picks. You know what I mean? So the average is probably like 3 to 4 interceptions for a top corner. Like, Richard Sherman would never get more than 3 to 4 in a season, or even Darrelle Revis. You know, some of the guys we consider to be great. So
but
interceptions aren't everything.
That's kind of like sacks aren't everything, but you got to look. Everybody looks at the glorious sack, but you also got to look how that guy's setting the edge. You got to see how that dude is playing in the run game, because that's more important. You can get sacks all day, but you got to be. That's why DeMarcus Lawrence, we loving him so much, because he's not just a tank like he says. He's a tank as far as that run game. You feel me? 6 tackles, 3 sacks. That dude is balling. I hate to just jump everywhere, but, you know, we got to give shout-outs to him, because I had to give him a huge apology, because remember when we started at the start of 2017, I said he had to prove himself. He said he was a 10-sack guy. Did he not say that? He said he was a 10-sack guy.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
He was saying he was a 10-sack guy. When he was healthy, he said he's getting 10 sacks. And guess what? He shut everybody up, got 14 and a half. He's coming in already leading the league with 5.5 sacks, and he's monstering and beasting. And if you watched his hand play, that dude is nasty.
For me, with him, it feels like he is the kind of guy that has just stayed on course. Like,
he's
if you
gotten better.
Other than his injuries, if you could like plan out a career like the way a guy is supposed to develop, like he has been right on course with the development plan.
You can definitely say that about him. I don't want to lose him now.
And we're just going to stay on the defense because we're jumping all over, but we're sticking on defense. Wiseman Santana says LVE a good replacement for Sean Lee. So that leads me to say, how impressive is Leighton Vander Esch?
I mean, it's hugely impressive. Y'all, if y'all watch the Silver and Blue, I go back to it. Watch us, like and share. Watch us. You would know. I was not dogging LVE, not saying he couldn't play. I said I just didn't want him at 19. I wanted other guys, and the guys that I wanted were legit. Derwin James is a monster at San Diego. You feel me? He's a beast. Edmonds is a baller. You feel me? I got guys that I wanted that are ahead of him are still playing. So I didn't know, because he was getting swallowed up with those blocks in that small conference. You know, he had the neck injury, had a few injuries. He wasn't really healthy. So you worry about those things. You got to show. And then in training camp, me and you were both at camp. He had an injury when you were there. They kept him out a little bit of the preseason. Yep. So you're wondering, oh, here we go. That's why people will say, Barbie Carpenter, is he going to be a puss? But you know what, Cowboy fans, and we all always want to overreact after a guy doesn't play one game. We say he's a bust. Don't we do that? We do it. Yeah. So we didn't need to do it, and he came right in. He's a smart kid, and people need to listen. When he was saying in the preseason, he said, they asked him, they said, was the game fast? He said, nope. It wasn't fast to me. He said it felt like normal. Everybody was like, yeah, okay, whatever. But guess what? He's proving us wrong. He's making it look like it ain't as fast as we were making it say, and he's finally – it looks like he's getting his feet underneath him. But the biggest thing that I love about LVE is that he's 6'5", 260 pounds, and he's every bit of that size, folks. He's big. He can get you in space. How many times have we seen them little running backs, when he gets in them in space, they're going down? LVE grabs you, you're going down. And he gets you in space. You don't get past him. Maybe Jeff Heath should watch some LVE tapes, because Jeff Heath, you still taking bad angles after 5 years. And you need to stop that recklessness. And you got ran over in that end zone, and that's just not right. You better start getting them angles together, dog.
Yeah, I wasn't all that impressed at first with the LVE pick, because it was kind of like a boring kind of pick, and it just felt like You already got Sean Lee. You just got Jalen Smith. But now you see Sean Lee injured, and this is the reason why he was picked, really. And you see it paying off right here. You talk about the size and how big he is. He kind of reminds me of like a Rolando McClain, like what we had before. Now, McClain was more of a ball skill type guy probably, but I do know he can get interceptions, Vander Esch. So
we'll see.
I'm excited to see how he grows and how much further along he gets as the more time he gets. So
well,
Sean Lee can take his time right now.
They're saying he could be – everybody on the team is saying he could be a star. And I don't think they're just hyping him. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they're just pumping this kid up. And I just want to be calm. I just want to keep calm about him. You feel me? Let's just keep calm about him. Let's just let him grow. Let's not, LVE only got 2 tackles this game. He's a bust. You get what I'm saying, though?
From what he's done already, though, he looks like he could be a Defensive Rookie of the Year candidate. If he keeps making those kind of tackles every game, he's going to end up with over 100 tackles.
Well, we'll see. He had 6 tackles, I believe, last game. Jalen, let's not forget about Jalen Smith. He had 7 tackles in that game, too. And while everybody was bashing Awuzie, he did have 8 tackles. Like I said, people need to back off. I heard people saying Awuzie was a bust. Are you serious?
Just because he's not getting interceptions?
Just because Matthew Stafford, who wings it, I also said he was going to throw for 300 yards that game.
He didn't even tear him up that bad. He tore Jordan Lewis up more than that.
Well,
or, other guys.
And he got Anthony Brown.
Yeah.
And freaking, that's Golden Tate.
Cheeto's fine.
Cheeto's fine. Leave him alone and stop. Anybody saying he's a bust, you're crazy.
And one last note on LVE, like, I didn't, we always have this infatuation with Boise State guys. Well, if anything, DeMarcus Lawrence has shown to me that, hey, maybe there's something to that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. DeMarcus Lawrence has showed up. Maybe we get another one here. Maybe there is something to the Boise State thing. We'll see. And you got to feel good about the way this team has been drafted in the last 7-8 years. So
Tyrone Crawford isn't bad. I don't know why people hate him.
He's not that bad, yeah. But for the, it's
it's just the money.
Yeah,
but we need him. Yeah. You feel me? He's there every game. People need to back off him too. I know it's the money. I feel y'all. But at the end of the day, we need Crawford because if Crawford went down, we would be hurting. People need to really understand that. If Crawford got hurt and was out for like the year right now, we would be missing him highly.
So all you guys that have been tuning in tonight, we appreciate you. We'll stick around here for a few more minutes. We got a few more things to hit on. Thanks for all the comments that you've been sending in. I've been looking at them. We haven't gotten a chance to say a lot of them or shout them out, but we're doing our best to get through. And if you watched or commented, we appreciate you and we seen it. And make sure you tune in every Sunday for pre- and post-game coverage. And we're working on getting you more content throughout the week as well. Different kind of things.
Subscribe to the Patreon.
Get on the Patreon, get on the YouTube, go to all the social media. Make sure you follow us there.
Like and share, man.
And Will Richards says he's hoping to take advantage of that. When he says that, he's talking about the betdsi.com matching you up to $500 guaranteed on your first deposit. Will Richards says that's what he wants to do. He says he wants to drop 5 bills, have them match, and have a G. He said he's going to have $1,000. So, Will, if you go do that, that would be a huge help to your Silver and Blue Nation show. We would certainly appreciate that. That would help us out. That would help you out. Everybody wins. So everybody will be happy about that. Let me give a few location shout-outs on Facebook Live. Brian LeBlanc in Virginia. Sam in Pennsylvania. Ty Green in New Jersey. Wiseman Santana in Dallas. Jabino, he's in the 956. I'm not sure exactly what area code that is, but
come on, you don't know. We don't know them codes.
I don't know 956. Do you know 956?
I don't know.
Well, we appreciate you anyway, wherever that is. That just goes to show you, though, that Cowboys Nation is all over the country, all over the world. Maurice Jones says Mississippi. Robert, also from Mississippi. Will in Columbus. Will, we got to get together sometime.
We got a lot of Mississippi repping today. Shout outs to Mississippi. Law was in here from Mississippi, too.
There's a lot of Mississippis, a lot of down south. We definitely got to get together with Will Richards sometime. He's here in Columbus, Ohio, where we broadcast from.
As long as you just come to the show one time. I mean,
yeah, just come on. You can sit right up there next to him. We can talk it up. Yep. Ron Smith.
Don't talk it up too much, though. Remember who the host.
Todd Green says, bring back Dez. Cowboys Mart says, Fort Worth, Texas.
Yeah, Cowboys Mart. What's up, big dog?
Man, we appreciate all the love, all the comments. You guys always just send us so much to talk about.
And y'all need to come back in here.
We literally could do this entire show just looking at your comments and reading off your name. So thanks to everyone who leaves us comments. Russell Harrison says, is there any safety help before the trade deadline?
I mean, they got the Campbell kid. Can we see what he can do? But they're not gonna. They're not messing with nobody right now. I mean, Dallas. I don't know they're gonna do anything major. Now you got Earl Thomas with the. We're not touching nobody now. So just deal with what we got, folks. Deal with what we got, folks. Stop talking about that trade now. The only guy that we was going to probably look at was some Earl Thomas. Other than that, it wasn't happening. So just let it go. Have your hopes in Jeff Heath, Kayvon Frazier, Xavier Woods, and whoever else they got back there. Campbell's been active out there too. So pray for that. Because that's all you're going to see.
So since someone asked about safety help, is it time to just stop talking about or thinking about Earl Thomas?
At least this year, stop talking about this year. He broke his leg. I'm not glad he got hurt because Earl's a dog. But
did you see what he did? His gesture to the sideline?
I seen what he did. I mean, hey, he grown. He can do what he want.
But that just goes to show you why these guys want to get paid and get that guaranteed money. Because now he's like,
screwed.
Hey, this is why. Here.
That's why I want my money.
Yeah. Like,
so, but you know what? It's funny when I listen to other players like Chris Carter and them, like, the game's been good to you, Earl. The game has played you, Earl.
Yeah.
But, man, I don't want to hear that. Like, you've been the guy. Chris
well,
Carter.
Earl Thomas could have maybe got $40-50 million guaranteed.
More money. But now you got a broke leg, and now you know what the first people going to say now?
He might not get a deal.
You might not get a deal. Now, you know what they're going to say? We're not paying a guy who's 29, injury-prone.
Nope.
The last 3 years, you broke your arm, you broke your leg.
And guess what?
You're not getting paid.
This is also why the Cowboys wanted to wait.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not only because they didn't want to have to pay him huge money. You know what I mean? So, on the trades, they wanted to be able to negotiate and wait till after the season. But this maybe just brought his value down.
It did bring his value down because now you're looking at he got a broke leg. So are you going to pay big money to Earl Thomas now? No, he's not a big guy anyway. It's not like he's a 6'3" Cam Chancellor type. He's not one of them big guys. He's like 5'11". He's the same size as Xavier Woods. They're like 5'11", 210, 215. You know, and those aren't big people. So he takes hits. His body's going to break down quicker. You feel me? And also, you're 29 years old, about to be 30. Now you got a broken leg. You got to rehab that. Guys ain't going to be out there paying that big money to you because they're all going to be like, no, you get another injury. Now we on the hook for that dough. So that's not going to happen. So in that aspect, why isn't? And then when somebody says, stay classy, Earl, well, let's see that happen to you. Let's see you do your blood, sweat, and tears for an organization. They don't want to pay you money. You get injured. Now you're screwed. And when you're just trying to sit out and get paid for what you're worth because you put everything on the line for the team. I mean, that's why you see probably Dez. I mean, the players don't have no control of nothing. They needed to go ahead and, Lord, I know y'all don't want to hear this, but they need to go ahead and probably do a strike so they can get a better deal so these players don't get juice like this because the owners control them like no other. And when something like that happens, the owner just thumbs in the face like, yep, I got you. So in that aspect, wouldn't you probably throw the finger up too? Yeah, I would.
Yeah, I don't really have an opinion on it. I don't know what I would do in that moment. But Delta says up in the snow in Alberta. So he's up there in the snow.
All right.
Wow.
Okay.
That sucks.
I hate snow.
It's coming for us.
That's what I was about to say. We're going to see it soon.
Gregory Rodriguez says, rep in Colorado City, Texas. I'm looking on Facebook Live right now. If you guys are on YouTube, make sure you go subscribe there. And then go to YouTube if you're watching on Facebook and subscribe to YouTube as well. Maurice Jones says, what's up in there? H. Lee Steedle, Thomas Dixon, just to name a few people who've been leaving us comments. And we appreciate all you guys that are tuning in late night with us. You don't have to be here. You could be getting ready for bed, and you probably got work in the morning. But, hey.
Well, I'll tell you what.
You're here watching with us.
They need to I know they got a Matthew Stafford, like I said. He's going to throw that ball. But we better get ready for that Deshaun Watson because he's a guy that can throw for 400. And it ain't going to be maybe a pretty 400, but if you let him get outside that pocket, and Dallas is known for letting those guys scramble. How many years do we see Donovan McNabb? I don't care if we got a new defense. It always seems to happen to us. As far as a guy scrambling and we get ready to tackle him, he throws a 70-yard bomb for a touchdown and just breaks our hearts. We're used to seeing that happen to the Dallas Cowboys. So what I'm telling our team, and Chris Richard, tell the team, please, do not let Deshaun Watson kill us because the Houston Texans are going to be on cloud million when Dallas comes in because they hate us. The Houston Texans hate the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Matter of fact, a little history nugget. I remember this clearly too. Houston Texans' first win in franchise history
was us. I watched the game.
2002.
Freaking David Carr,
Quincy Carter. I remember that game.
I felt we were going to lose though because the atmosphere was too crazy. And when when you start coming out those first 3 series and you say, this is what I know the pulse of my team. When we were getting destroyed those first few series, I'm like, yep, it's over. And then they're getting every turnover. David Carr, who ain't played, you know what I mean, looks like all world plays like crap the rest of the year. People get up for us, and they're going to be rocking. And I heard a few people come at me and say, oh, J.J. Watt ain't the same, and Clowney ain't the same. Are you crazy? That's still J.J. Watt. I don't care who he playing, got 5 sacks, and that's still Clowney. You better respect them guys. And if we don't go out there bringing our A game and we don't stay consistent, that line play is going to get blown up like it was in Seattle. Who did they have on that front line? Name some Trump people.
Ron Smith on Facebook
Besides
Live
Frank Clark.
Says Taco's getting better. What do you guys think about that?
I love Taco. I've been with him day one, A1, day one with Taco. So I love what he's doing. He doesn't always necessarily have to get sacks. He's playing better in the run game. He's a good rotational player. Nobody ever really believed that y'all thought Taco was going to be a 15-sack guy. Nobody believed that, so don't have that expectation for him. Have an expectation. He may get 10 sacks in a year, but he'll be a 7-sack, maybe an 8-sack guy. But he's always going to prove in that run game. He's going to be a steady player, and he's going to be there every game. He's not going to say he reminds me, but I feel like he's going to be like a Greg Ellis type, one of them steady guys, always going to be there for you and do what he needs to do for you.
Lambo G says he thinks Jordan Lewis on you. I'm looking at YouTube now. He says he thinks Jordan Lewis should start over Anthony Brown. What do you think about that?
Man, I'm gonna tell you right now, Jordan is going through the mental things of sitting that bench. I was over there watching him. His head is clearly not in the game. Okay, I'm watching him. I know my dog a little bit, and I know he's an emotional type guy. His head is clearly not in it. I know he's frustrated. So when you're frustrated, you're not in it, and then you go out and you got to make a play, it affects you when you play the game. You understand what I'm saying? And then any play, if you're not playing and you give up a play, is magnified. You understand what I'm saying? When you're playing every rep, it's not as magnified, but when you come in and you already felt like you were struggling going through the mentals, and you come in and somebody gets a play on you real quick. As a cornerback, I played that position. You have to really be strong-willed and strong-minded because you're on an island by yourself, and everybody sees it. You feel me, G? So he's struggling. So right now, no, because he's not a slot corner. He's an outside corner. That's why he's getting burnt. Where did you see him in the slot in Michigan? Show me. Show me all the time when he was playing in the slot, because he wasn't. He's playing on outside, and that's what he is. Okay? Just because he's little doesn't mean he has to play the slot. And that's why he's not playing over Anthony Brown. And he's not playing and starting over Byron Jones or Chidobe Awuzie.
If you just tuned in, it's the Silver and Blue Nation live streaming podcast. We appreciate everybody who's watching tonight, leaving comments with us. Give us a like and a share if you like this video. And just keep it coming in. Pessimistic Woody has a comment for us on YouTube. He says the Texans don't have a run game. They can't beat us being one-dimensional. What do you think about that?
Okay, well, I know Deshaun Watson is I don't believe that, because
I feel like our offense is the thing we got to worry about.
Our offense has to play. I think Dak has to come at. I want Dak. I'm going to ask for my one game where Dak kind of matches somebody like he did Aaron Rodgers. This is a game where I want to see that. I'm not going to lie. This is a game where, Ezekiel's got a little bit of the injury. He's not 100%. This is a game where I want to see Dak and Watson go for them 300-400-yard games. I ain't going to lie. This is a game I want to see.
300, 400 for Dak?
Man, I want to see it. I want to see Dak do it against this time. He's done it before. I want to see it. He's rose to the occasion against some other top quarterbacks, and this is a young guy, Watson, that he's kind of been compared to. In a way, maybe a lot of people have been talking about, but from a few people I know, they can make that comparison. They're compared, but a lot of people said Watson is better than him. So maybe Dak plays with a chip on his shoulder this game and kind of shows the whole world that, hey, I can ball out too. And this is going to be a big game where he can show the world a little bit of more silence, going another week of keeping people quiet. You know what I mean? Because going into Houston, I keep on saying, y'all, that stadium is going to be nuts.
And Pessimistic Woody is on the optimistic side this week. He says Watson isn't comfortable. You can see it in his footwork. Pressure Watson, and the game is over.
Okay, we'll see. And I know he has first thing about Watson, he never looks at his first read. He's always looking, because he puts his head down, he's always quick to run. But, as I said before, we have had problems with those type of quarterbacks escaping the pocket, hitting us because we've had busted coverage. Pessimistic Woody, when we get busted coverages, because you saw that, didn't you? Didn't you see busted coverage from Jordan Anthony Brown. We saw a little bit Jeff Heath. You saw busted coverages. So at the end of the day, if you let him get outside that pocket, even though he's scrambling, pessimistic Woody, we have problems with busted coverage. He can throw it deep. DeAndre Hopkins, please remember that.
All right, before we get out of here, guys, just a few more comments to talk about, a couple more things, or a few more comments to get to, a couple more things to talk about. April Stanton says she can't sleep 24/7 thinking about the Cowboys, so.
And some glory hole.
Get some glory hole.
And so having said that, I want me some glory hole.
And thanks for the other comments that I can see right here on YouTube. Anna Juarez, David B., Don John, Derek Gasson, he clears it up. He says 956 is the Dallas surrounding area. Thanks for that. Say prime time. It's watching in Mississippi. There's another Mississippi. Electric Chicken is in Electric Chicken.
I like
the YouTube names.
I like that name.
I love YouTube.
I do too.
95 or yeah, okay. So another one in the 956 in Loretto, Texas. So thanks to all you guys for tuning in over on YouTube. And David B says, matchup of the week, Byron Jones versus Hopkins. I saw something saying Byron Jones could be maybe the best corner in the league. What's this?
I don't know about that.
What's that all about?
I don't know about that. He's playing great right now, okay, folks? He's playing great.
Logan Ellis says, go, Pack, go. What are you doing on our YouTube channel?
They all love us, man.
Well, appreciate you tuning in over
We
there.
love the trolls. It's cool.
Yeah, and all you guys, I see 49 watching on YouTube. You guys shouldn't be watching if you're not going to give us a thumbs up. Like, hit that thumbs up button. We know you like the show. You're sitting there watching. Give us that thumbs up. We need them stats.
You ain't got to hate.
Appreciate you guys.
Just throw it up.
Appreciate all 49 of you in YouTube and all 35 of you on Facebook.
Throw them up.
Everybody who's tuning in.
Like, share.
Thank you very much. We love likes and shares.
We're trying to grow this, y'all.
Let me get to one other thing I had lined up for the show.
What'd you have?
Why are we not seeing Bryce Butler?
Well, he was inactive the first game. I think it was because he just got there. He played. He had a little bit of injury because he walked off. He went into the training room for a little bit. So I don't know if he tweaked a hamstring or something like that. But I don't know. He's a deep threat, but Tavon Austin, we want to see Tavon Austin more too. Am I right? And we haven't seen him. So ask that question to Scott Linehan.
Can you touch on that injury?
Which one?
Tavon,
he had like a little hand injury.
I thought it was a shoulder when he went to catch that ball and he fell on his shoulder.
Yeah, he was holding his hand too. I haven't heard anything else about Tavon Austin because that would have been a big deal. So I think he's going to be okay, not a big deal. It's only Tuesday. You'll get that injury report, that good injury report, like on a Wednesday. So I think we should just wait till about Wednesday because that's when they give those really good injury reports and you can get a better a thing of what the kid is looking like.
What's up, Angel Rodriguez? We can't forget your shout-out. Wody Brown from the 804, Michael Tucker from Rochester, New York.
Oh, yeah.
And again, guys, if you missed anything from the show, you can always rewatch it on Facebook and YouTube, or you can listen to us. We have SoundCloud, and we're on iTunes as well. So just go search Silver and Blue Nation on SoundCloud and iTunes. You'll see EBSN online like you see down in the corner of the screen if you're watching. And that's where you can find the audio portion, so you can listen to us later on. You can put us in the car and your earbuds while you're working, anything like that, because we try to get everybody involved here. It's the platform, the voice of the fans for diehards like you that love to just chat and talk about Cowboys. We want to get everybody involved. Everybody shout out and talk about what people want to talk about. Chris Robinson's in PA, Pennsylvania. Appreciate you. Terry Turner down there in Savannah, Georgia. Thank you, sir, for tuning in every week. Cowboy Smart, appreciate you checking in and leaving comments again.
Why is my girl inboxing me? It's like, stop doing that.
Oh, that's
it's
that's
like
a personal problem.
You can't.
Hey, Cowboys fans,
right
let him know, why is this girl inboxing him?
She got to know. If you come to the studio, just come on to the studio, girl.
While he's live on the air,
Come
she
on.
wants to inbox. We don't understand.
We don't understand that.
But hey, maybe you guys can help clear that up for us.
Clear that up for me, y'all.
John Zabita, thanks for checking us out. Again, I'm going to put this promo code up here, guys. If you're interested in making a little bit of money, you can go drop $45 at minimum up to $500 and get it all matched. So if you want to go drop $45, that's going to be $90 for you that you're going to have. So that's free money for you to play with. And so you can play with their money. You can go put $45 in, get $45 matched, just spend that $45 that they matched you, and you're good. You got free money. So make sure you guys go check that out.
All right.
Go
yes
ahead.
or no?
Dez, yes. Wodie's asking about Dez. A lot of people want to know about Dez.
Yes or no?
Delta, too. I'm going to say
no.
Not this season, and he's probably too old anyway for next season, too. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm not going to say it's the end of the line with Dez, but I don't think he comes back with Dallas this year.
If we could work something out financially,
I would like for him.
I would say yes.
I would like for him to come back, but I don't think he is.
At this point, like we've said before, I really don't know if it makes a big difference because you can see that Dak can have a great game with no Dez, and then he can have a really bad game with no Dez or with Dez. So it really doesn't seem to make a difference to me.
But see, the problem is with the Dez thing coming back to Dallas, which I don't care. I'll be cool with it, but it's just if he gonna come back, leave it alone. But Cowboys fans won't leave it alone. See, that's the problem. It's us fans. Okay. We got to get under control, and if you want him back, then don't leave it alone because what'll happen is he'll come back, and then Dak don't throw it to him, or they don't have the bad connection. What's everybody gonna say? See, told you was done. See, why? Because we be beating them up. Just leave these guys alone because we be killing them. Just leave them alone. You know, Dez probably ain't coming back.
Stevie Mack throws in a little stat here for us on YouTube. He says he thinks Byron has the least amount of passes thrown to his side of the field so far in the NFL this season. That'd be pretty cool.
I mean, Byron Jones has played lights out, but let's not forget he's in a contract year. When you see a lot of players, i.e. last year, DeMarcus Lawrence, contract year, 14.5 sacks, you got paid like $17 million. When you're in a contract year, folks, if you had a job and it was your contract year, what do you think you're going to do?
Yeah. Woody Miller says, get over, Dez career's over, okay? He says the Browns said they didn't sign him because it didn't seem like he was 100% committed to football. So I don't know where that source came from, but thanks for that comment, Woody. I appreciate you for checking us out. Hopefully you check us out every week on Sundays. Mm-hmm. And Will Richards, he says he's going to start with the 500, then he's going to drop to 300 on a round. And he's going to rob a round robin 3-teamer. Okay. Hey, Will, make sure that you use that promo code or click that link in the video description. That way Silver and Blue Nation can be referred as your referral to BetDSI. So we appreciate you.
What the hell did Delta Tango say? He said BGJ and producer G are definitely Garrett guys. What the hell are you talking about?
He said we're Garrett's guys. Or are we Garrett guys or we're Garrett's guys?
Nah, you got to clarify that one because I ain't no Garrett guy.
I'm not a Garrett guy either.
Yeah, so you clarify that one, Delta Tango.
I've been wanting to change. It's about 5 years past due. The change that we need.
I was pro Garrett early, but now
that's what I'm saying.
I'm a support because he's my coach. But if they say bye.
It's 5 years past due.
You feel me? So nobody said no Garrett guy. Watch the show.
Brian Naquin says Dez and Jerry still buddies. Yes, that's true. We've seen Dez hanging out with him. No, it doesn't at all. I think we've seen Jerry have those type of relationships before. A whole bunch of players that have come and gone.
You know, he always going to have that heart for Dez. He always going to love Dez, but Dez probably ain't coming back. We probably just got to let's worry about what a coach always used to tell me. Don't worry about who ain't here. Worry about who here. Right?
That makes sense.
Let's not worry about Dez Bryant because he ain't with the Cowboys. Okay? We need to worry about if Bryce Butler's playing this week and can he get a long pass. We got to worry about Tavon Austin's shoulder or hand good. We got to worry about if Michael Gallup can still to get more catches or Jeff Swain can have another good game like he had against Detroit Lions. Or Rico Gathers can stop doing unnatural plays and jumping wrong when you're bigger than everybody else. Well, that should be a touchdown.
April on YouTube says, thanks, good night. Thank you, April. Good night to you as well. Woody just wanted to clear it up. He said he heard Hugh Jackson say it in an interview, the statement about Dez not being committed to football. So thanks for clearing that up, Woody. EasyB2K says, Jerry is a punk to me. Okay. I never really looked at Jerry in that light like he's a punk, but all right.
Wow, that's deep.
Let's get some glory hole for that.
And so having said that,
some glory hole.
I want me some
That's what Jerry has to say about that when you call him a punk.
Okay.
I don't care. I want me some glory hole. Brian Naquin says, who's getting cut? Rico for who?
No, Rico's not getting cut.
Wait a minute. Did Delta clear that up?
Yeah, he cleared it.
He said,
Tango.
So you guys.
Ha. Funny.
I still don't quite understand, but that's all right. Either way, I just appreciate you checking out the show. I don't care what your opinion is because we all have different ones. So thank you for tuning in, and I appreciate that comment no matter what it means. And did you have anything else you want to get to? Any questions or anything before we get out of here?
No, just like I said, check out this injury report, see how Zeke is doing. Main thing we have to do as far as going into that game plan, continue to give the offensive line, I give them an A+. No, I'm not giving them an A+, but I'm going to give them an A grade for the way they played as a whole, as a unit. Definitely clear the holes for Zeke for the 2 yards rushing. Dak had a good, clean pocket, 3 sacks, but it wasn't a bad one. People got to remember Dak saved us because remember when he had the shotgun, it went bad, and he picked up the ball?
Yeah.
And that was in the fourth quarter with 2 minutes left in the game. So Dak saved us right there, too. So, but, just
I thought he dropped that ball.
Nah, it kind of flew. It flew.
I thought it got hit out of his hand, and then he had to go pick it up.
Nah, I didn't see it. Maybe
I thought
my
it was
eyes
a
are
strip
bad.
sack.
No.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe
No,
I'm thinking
was-
of a different scenario.
No, that was a different one. This one flew past him because of the fourth quarter. But the thing is, give Dak a good, clean pocket, continue to block. That's what we need to have. I want to see the tight end involvement like we got Jeff Swain in there. I want to see that tight end involvement again. Rico, make some plays, please.
Oh, okay. Brian Naquin was saying because of David Irving coming back, someone had to be cut. So he was saying, would it be Rico?
Oh, no. They're not, I don't think they're going to cut Rico. You get rid of the one I keep on. I mentioned him before, number 51. Somebody remember
The
his
tackle,
name?
yeah. I
Yeah,
don't know his
he
name
played
either.
a lot in the last game,
He
too.
was just signed.
Karan Reed.
All right, well, that's it, guys, and we appreciate you all checking it out. And, again, make sure you tune in on Sundays because that's our normal time, pre- and post-game shows. We might be doing a little different times because usually we do it right before kickoff and right after the game. So we might work out different times depending on what we're doing for Cowboys home games and different things like that. He'll tell you about the Cowboys experience in just a sec.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get some last-second comments in here that we appreciate. Ron Smith, he just says, big game and producer G. That's all he's got to say. He
I
loves
love
it.
you, Ron.
I love you too, Ron. Tim Tenick says, love the show. Appreciate you, Tim. Love
We
you.
appreciate you, Tim.
Thomas
we love
Dixon
you, too.
Says, thanks, guys. Another good show.
We love you, too.
Barrera says, good show. So
I love you,
appreciate
too.
all you guys that like the show. I hope you all enjoy it and watch it every week because we're doing this for you. I mean, obviously we want to get something, but like we do it for you guys.
We want to get
we
something
want to
now.
be
We
able
went
to
to
do
school
it
for this,
more.
man.
We want to be able to do it more for you
This
guys.
is a passion
and in order
point,
to
you
do
feel
that,
me?
it requires some
But for real,
financial
we was,
support.
Yeah,
So
but we was doing it.
that's why we got Patreon.
People forget the grind days when we was down in the basement with the black and white sports report.
Hey, that can still be happening.
Feel me?
I'll still do that.
Get 3 views the next day, and we're like,
appreciate the
yeah,
grind.
yeah.
I remember being geeked about 80 views. Like,
yeah.
we had 90 views. Like,
What?
damn.
We thought we was doing something.
Like tonight, this was a bad night for us for views. Like
No,
we
it
have
wasn't.
40 to 50 people watching.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but
I like
nobody,
60, 70. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
but you got to understand, we're on the late night, kind of on the whim. We don't do it on a Tuesday. So if you look at the numbers from the time and the dates, it was very damn good. And we had new people, like always. And we
Derek-
always love new people.
Marvin Hargrove says this show's awesome. Appreciate you.
You're awesome. Awesome.
Derek Abel just tuned in. Sorry, Derek, we're just wrapping it up, but you can
You
go back and
replay it
rewatch it.
And get on what?
SoundCloud, iTunes, all that. You can go.
There you
There's
go.
a lot of ways to rewatch and watch us live. So,
No excuses if you don't.
hey, you guys can see it. You can find us at
Man, jump on here and
ebsnonline.com as
stop
well.
playing.
That's another area where you can go and find a little bit about Silver&Blue Nation. You can definitely see some of our shows from there, too.
Hell yeah. And if
So-
you want to have some fun, get on here so we can talk some trash.
Daniel Candelera says, thanks, guys. And
Danielle.
Delta says,
Daniel,
thanks
son.
for the show.
Tango.
And Jenny says, we like it raw. I'm not sure what that means, but
I like it
appreciate that
raw.
comment.
I like it raw too, Jenny.
Brian says, we earned some glory hole for ourselves tonight. Okay.
Can we get some
So
more
let's
glory
get
hole?
some.
That's raw for you,
So
Jenny.
having said
Glory
that,
hole.
I want me some glory hole.
Feel me?
That's
That's
as
raw.
raw as it gets.
That's where we go raw.
Thanks, Terry Turner. All you guys, appreciate you. Derek said he will rewatch, so thank you, Derek.
I like that.
Just scroll right through that 5-minute timer, get right to the beginning when you rewatch the show.
And you can also subscribe to that little Patreon. See that thing up there that says Patreon? Go to that Patreon and go ahead and subscribe. You can do as low as $1, man.
Yeah, just to show love and support, because you're definitely going to be
You're
like
gonna spend $1 somewhere.
you're going to
can
be an
throw
exclusive
$5.
Silver and Blue Nation member, and we appreciate
Giving you
that.
shout outs, and things are going to be coming.
And thanks to you guys on
We're
YouTube,
grinding,
too,
trust me.
everybody who watched and tuned
Trust,
in and liked the video and all that good stuff and left us comments. If we didn't get yours, we'll try to get you next week, so you got to tune back in so we can get it. We're going to open up the phone lines again at some point, too, for you guys to be able to chime in here with your voices on the air. South of Heaven just jumped in on YouTube. He says, just continue to feed the Zeke. That's what I'm saying. Stevie Mack says, Big Game James and Producer G for front office. Okay.
I mean, that's a lot of
I'm
pressure,
good with
dog.
that.
No, I'm not good,
I'm
with,
good
that.
with that.
I'm not good with that.
I
I'm
am.
good with the money.
I feel like we know what to do.
Yeah, everybody says that until them damn decisions, and everybody say that to that pressure in your face. Because let me tell you something. Hey, I used to coach, and yeah, it was used in the middle of the high school ranks. But I'm telling you, what happened?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
Just getting a little outro music going here
cool.
for us.
No, I like that. You threw me off, but I like that. But everybody says that. Kids say that. I'm ready, coach. I'm ready, coach. Put me in. Put me in. We put that kid in, and soon them players come, they like this. Shell shock. Okay, it sounds good, and I would love it. That money definitely, but that's a lot of pressure, and I don't want that right now. Make me a little scout or something like that. Some PR guy. I can talk some stuff.
I say we just go in the media department and get a show. Get the show.
Hell
on,
yeah.
on
Just give us a show on DallasCowboys.com.
Put us on DallasCowboys.com.
I guarantee y'all like it.
That's all we need. Let's hit them millions.
We'll be official.
All right, once again, we appreciate all you guys. Don't forget to hit up BetDSI. Click that link in the description. Use the promo code Dallas18. Matched up to $500. You can't beat it. Who don't like free money? I love free money.
Everybody loves
Thanks
free
to
money.
BetDSI for doing work with us.
Appreciate you, BetDSI is right there.
Oh, you want to tell them real quick before about the Cowboys experience?
Oh, yeah, so make
real
sure you
quick.
just if you love going to games, if you love going to those home games, like I just got treated like lovely, go to the Cowboys, www.cowboysexperience.com. Check out Mr. Barry Griffith. It's second to none. Prices, great. We were right there at the Miller Lite section, seeing everything. It's second to none. I'm telling you, this guy is great. He's all about family. Got to meet Ed Too Tall Jones. Got to see Chidobe Awuzie. Ed Too Tall Jones is like my dude.
He made you look tiny in that picture.
Oh my God, he made everybody look tiny.
I was like,
everybody look tiny.
James looked little in that picture.
I'm a little dude, so I ain't a big dude.
I mean, you ain't that little to me.
I feel you, but you know what I'm saying. But that dude is gigantic, and he's 67 years old. 67 years old, and he's 6'10", 310 pounds.
He looked like he's in pretty good shape.
Great shape. I said
being,
you can still play.
Yeah.
He said it's a young man game. I said I don't believe you. But anyway, Cowboys experience. We got to see Bryce Butler, Chidobe Awuzie, Jeff Heath. The food was great. Music. Oh man, you're gonna love it. Check it out soon and fast. You won't regret it.
That's right. www.ultimatecowboysexperience.com. And hey, make sure you guys check back in on Sunday.
Yes, because it's going down. We got to get them Texans, man. We got to get after Deshaun Watson. Pessimistic Woody.
Pre-game and post-game show. We'll see you next week. That's
right.
Big Game James.
That's Producer G, Voltron.
And we're out.